3 apiece. And particularly interesting with two centre-backs alongside me is two very different ways of defending wide free kicks, which is something we've looked at quite a lot.
It's interesting, especially more with Everton, because I think Everton are going completely against the grain of what we see now from teams in terms of pushing up and a high line. And I noticed that start of this season where Carlo Ancelotti's teams were defending a lot deeper. And what I would say is this is something that I was asked to do for a time with England. And I think the thinking with defending deeper is that you don't go back, everything is forward to attack the ball. When you play a higher line, you hold that line, and then when you're actually defending the header, you're actually going backwards a lot of the time to head it away. My problem with defending so deep is if you lose the header, it's so close to your goal. Whereas when I see other teams defend high, if they do lose the first header, it might be on the edge of the box, it might be the penalty spot. You just see where Everton are. More often than not, we'd see a team there in this day and age. I actually think Carlo Ancelotti, I may be wrong, his team would normally be penalty spot. It just feels a little bit deeper than what Ancelotti normally is. But one thing I should say, even though I say I don't like it, this is the first goal Everton have conceded on a wide free kick. So no one's
so
right, no one's right, no one's wrong. It's opinions. But they lose out on this one. And the goalkeeper does slip, but it's so tight to the goal now. And just see how deep they are there on that one. And Chris, with you as a manager there in that situation, you can't shout on where you want the line. That's something you work on before. Correct. Do you think it's a little bit deep, or?
For me, yeah. I mean, for me, that's like 10 yards too deep, really, for the way I'd want our players from where the free kick is, the relation to where the free kick is, at least on the edge of the box. Because, again, what Jamie's saying, when you're defending that deep, if you lose the header, then, there's 6 yards out and it's a goal.
What are the positives, though?
Well, like Jamie says, if that free kick's a short one, then you're coming onto it. And, you obviously can get power in your clearance. But I just think, and again, it's preference. That's the first time Everton have conceded from a free kick, because that's the way Carlo Ancelotti likes to defend it, and that's the right way for Everton. And proof's in the pudding. But I always like my teams to defend on a higher line and hold the line for longer. I think we've got some footage coming up. And my reason for that is because the free kick coming into the box has to be perfect. And if the offensive players go too early, they're offside, or they can't quite get onto the end, get onto the end of the cross. So I much prefer, as we see here, we're going to see in a minute the Liverpool, the way they defend this free kick.
Yeah, I mean, I think Liverpool and possibly City as well have been a team who we associate a high line in general play, but certainly on wide free kicks. I think it's really interesting now. Liverpool didn't defend great yesterday, but I spotted this in the game and I thought I'm going to use that tomorrow. And we'll get to the United one. But again, the opposite, a similar sort of position. So we're talking about Everton maybe being here. Liverpool are on the edge of the box. I think the interesting thing now is to watch the Liverpool players and when they drop and if they drop. And just watch Gundogan on the ball. And they think he's going to take it. And I'll just stop it there now. He's taking it. Okay, he's passed it. But they haven't moved. The only one who's moved slightly is Andy Robertson. The rest are still on that line. And that is really brave. It is. And it's worked massively, it's been hugely successful, I should say, for Liverpool. And it was successful in this because of what then happens. But they hold the line, the pass is being made. As they're running on, watch Andy Robertson again. Stop. They're still on that line. Even though they've dropped a couple of yards, boom, they're back up quickly. And where it pays dividends for them is that they catch John Stones just offside in that position. And you've got to be really brave in that situation, which takes me now to Manchester United and the goal.